What's the dumbest thing someone has told you? Friend in high school told me he didn't take the SAT because he heard it's easier the second time. How does that make fucking sense? That South Pole is hot because it's south. Overheard some lady saying her daughter isn't allowed to watch YouTube anymore because that's how people track you. She got this information from Facebook. Edit to make things a little clearer. The lady believed that a stranger would track down her daughter through YouTube and kidnap her. The daughter just watched things, no posting videos or commenting on stuff. That direction can't be north because it's diagonal and north has to be in a straight line. What? That windshield wipers wear out faster in the middle, because that's the part you look through the most often, as if your sight is an energy beam that degrades the rubber or something. I worked at a museum and had to let a girl go because she was going around telling everyone that dinosaurs weren't real because no animals can breathe fire. She was a law student. I have a friend who says the dumbest things. She wanted a dress that was a shallow blue, the opposite of a deep blue. She thought that all lions were male and all tigers were female. She was counting and she said 47, 48, 49, 40, 10, 40, 10. She thought that Alaska and Hawaii were the same place and those were just two different names for them. I have a lot more of these. Edit. She also thought there was a Virginia, West Virginia, and East Virginia. That the post office doesn't ship mail to the Netherlands because you can't send physical mail to hell. Just wanted to mail a postcard to my family in Eindhoven. That birds are mammals because they have meat. A friend heard somewhere Mr. Rogers was a sniper and he got a new tattoo for every kill. That is why he wore a sweater. Alaska was an island. That John Lennon was in fact the first president to be assassinated. Math isn't real. Like if I said 2 plus 2 equals 5 it would be true. This was from a nursing student. Some dude told me I spelled my name wrong, Lithuania. Edit. My name is Pidgeus, sounds like Pijus, so people think it's spelled Pijus but they are wrong. My stepsister told me we should see the PG-13 movie because PG meant pretty good. I wish I were joking. NASA makes up everything about space in order to convince us the Earth is round, so the world governments can keep the hidden civilizations at the edge of the world a secret. Not even kidding with that, my friend 100% believes that. Edit. Sorry, I should clarify, he actually think the Earth is flat and infinite, so the edge is where the government apparently has prevented people from getting past. So he doesn't believe there's a literal edge of the world, which IMO is much more interesting than other flat Earth theories. Why are people Canadian? There was a kid at my school who said his mom didn't let him watch SpongeBob because she didn't want the gay spirits in the house. A few years later he told everyone he was a furry, so I don't know what changed over that time. I am so slim because I follow a diet of hydrocarbons that my doctor recommended me. My friend said this while we were jogging in the morning. It's not an MLM. You have to pay for those and they are illegal. I only paid £50 to get started. Are the Greeks from Ireland? 10 or so years ago when I was arguing over the pronunciation of a word with my brother, he told me the dictionary is wrong. Wait, so you are trying to tell me that our sun is a star? What are all those other things? I proceed to show her an observable universe's size comparison video. Humans can't look that far, I can't even see the moon sometimes. This is my friend, F18. Had a co-worker say that the Indians killed everybody when we were talking about Thanksgiving. Adam and Eve were white because they have seen pictures. After my wife passed away, like a week after, my father told me I should go to the Philippines and just hang my passport around my neck and take my pic. That the sun is not a star. You're twins. No, you're not. You can't be twins if you don't look alike. Ma'am, we're fraternal. A teacher told me, and the rest of my class, the earth was flat something like 25 years ago when I was in high school. I had never heard of a flat earther at that time, and I remember thinking how much of an idiot the person was and questioning with my classmates how that person was supposed to teach us anything. Me, a deli clerk, would you like a slice of cheese, sir? Said sir, no thanks, I'm driving. What? My ex-wife, wife at the time, came home late, said she had a flat tire and that her and her girlfriend were able to put the spare on. I taught her that, then she said there was something she didn't understand. She said she saw a screw in the tire and wanted to know that if the screw was in the top of the tire, why was the bottom flat? That rabbits come from eggs. I was walking in a very popular, touristy park in the city I live in. There is a totem pole at the edge of the park that is very nice. While walking past, I was asked by someone, where can I buy seeds to grow one of these trees? Person points to the totem pole. I said it's a totem pole. They're carved from a tree. You can't grow them yourself. The person was flabbergasted that their teacher told them they had a high IQ. I know he meant IQ, but seriously. Stop doing that. You're not Asian to someone who is South Asian. The reason your veins are blue is because your blood is blue and your eyes make you see red. Patrick James, PJ Ryan. Bitch, please. He probably saw that photo of a guy putting glow juice in his hand. My slightly insane boss said that she can't drinking water without a drop of orange juice because it breaks the water down. It had to be orange juice as well, not orange squash. Wasn't something told to me, but that I have heard. Happened at a former workplace. Co-worker, to my boss, can I have Monday off? It's my anniversary. Boss, you got married on a Monday. Calories don't matter. This was said to me by a co-worker after I told them I lost over 70 pounds by, you guessed it, counting calories. I'm doing amazing considering what I got as a child, my dad who screams at and occasionally beats his children. The spork is the devil's utensil because it's the amalgamation of masculine fork and feminine spoon, trying to blur gender lines in society. My mom used to tell me she would keep my money saved for me. A girl once told me she was a vegan. But due to her medical condition she was required to eat meat, which she did. But still considered herself a vegan. My uncle would often brag about how strong he was. Growing up, he would tell me and my brother how he wrestled grizzly bears, and swam with sharks. He'd tell us how he could lift up cars and basically take down any man who would dare challenge him. He would then let us wrestle him to the ground and do some WWE style moves on him as a big joke. He'd grab us by the testicles and then pin us. He'd hop right back up and tell us that's why he is the strongest man in the world. She didn't tell me, but her daughter. A little girl asked her mother why the polar bears wouldn't go in the water. We were at the zoo and it was a sunny day, about 50 degrees outside. The mother responded, "Because it's too cold for them, honey. Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to act like it. Santa isn't real." Fifth grade teacher told us the asteroid belt existed because the planet Krypton exploded. Relationships are a dispute for power. Men always cheat. All women are whores. Basically anything that comes out of a fuckboy trying to justify their promiscuity as an enlightened lifestyle. It's okay to insert a copper penny as a temporary substitute for a screw-in fuse in the fuse box until you can buy some replacement fuses. That their personal check made payable to cash was the same as an official cashier's check. I'm half Asian, so I got asked once, "Do you guys have birds in X country?" That his IQ was 176 and that he was a millionaire multiple times. My old cellmate in county jail who was there for meth possession, and he didn't even have commissary. I work a entry-level job with someone who says his company makes $500K a month making ICBMs for India, but he stays in the entry-level job so he can stay humble. If you swallow your chewing gum, your lungs will stick together. The little triangle button to turn on the hazard lights in the car actually makes the car fall apart. I believed in this until I was 12. The root word of infant was infinite, therefore, infants have infinite wisdom. The Ta for one of my classes in college said his parents didn't let him watch VeggieTales as a kid because vegetables aren't supposed to have souls. Someone in high school once asked me, "Is the planet named after the dog or the dog named after the planet?" In university, someone asked me, "Do you have cars in Colorado?" She thought that we were still using a horse and buggy system in the early 2000s. A woman told me she won't let her daughter read Harry Potter books because it promotes witchcraft. My dad once told me that shooting stars are caused by global warming. The sun is a sun. At work we get thunder and lightning, we work outdoors. I say, "We better get in that thunder and lightning." He says, "No, I think it's just thunder." I say, "What?" He says, "Sometimes you get thunder and no lightning." I say, "What do you think thunder is?" He stares at me blankly, as the pieces slowly fall into place. So like points at my Dexcom, "Do you have diabetes in your arm? Or is it in your stomach?" Bruh, my friggin' pancreas failed, OML. Someone said I was cute. A girl in my geology class once said that the oceans were so polluted because the dirty animals wash themselves in it. That was in 8th grade. Someone tried to convince me that soap worked by shrinking the dirt particles on your hands so they wouldn't get caught in the folds of your skin. Hey, you got a BF, you aren't bi. Or, hey, I know you like girls too but I'm not interested. The second one out of nowhere. Like, girl, if you don't GTFO my face, who said I wanted your annoying ass? I got a man, dude. I once talked with someone who is anti-vax. The whole conversation was stupid. An ex tried telling me that his therapist assured him that it was my sole responsibility to remain in a relationship with him to keep his sanity in check. I obviously disagreed. I'm not your personal prescription. My ex tried to convince me that girls can get girls pregnant. A blowjob doesn't count as cheating because, and I quote, "it doesn't include the genitals." Watching anime made me trans. Can I get it medium well? After ordering a chicken sandwich. Stop using that iPhone, It'll make you blind. Buy Android instead. /friend 2019. That you're never gonna be good enough. That some healing stones would heal the aches I get in my leg. An angel with a flaming sword made Joseph Smith fuck those 34 ladies. Me, it's unfortunate that it's cloudy tonight, so we can't see the stars. Friend, oh, so that's why you don't see the stars sometimes. Apparently she thought only some nights were starry because of the Earth's rotation or something. This guy I know told me that he honestly thought that Jesus was attached to the cross with a staple gun. Like, I'm not even religious, but damn. Just be yourself and everything will work out. Bitch, I made these problems. My roommate told me I would never clean my toilet with something that isn't safe to clean my body with. Do you guys ride horses to school? I'm from Houston. Apparently my friend from New York thought all Texans had horses. Sour isn't a taste. What? The Bible is the most complete and accurate account of history ever written. That vaccines cause autism and circumcision prevents HIV and STDs. Roommate argued with me for an hour that opinions and facts are usually the same thing. I honestly wish I was joking, but I'm getting annoyed just thinking about this again. I don't want to swim in the ocean because I might get pregnant by a sperm whale. The person who said this. F18. What the actual fuck? A girl in school once said that North was up. Watching Ridiculousness and Chanel West Coast said I thought all cows were black and white, but alright, and my friends said me too. Watching a sunset on the ocean one day when a late teens person asked me why the ocean doesn't put the sun's fire out. You don't need to ovulate to get pregnant. That BMWs are reliable. If the price is right, it's worth the fight. As told to me by someone at family gathering on my fiance's side. Her position was that if you're a bitch to an employee, they'll give you the price you want. See, there's a difference between flat earth dumb and asshole dumb. If you're flat earth dumb, that is at nobody's expense. If you're asshole dumb, that is at somebody's expense, which, to me, takes the cake. This bitch was asshole dumb. My dad once handed me a pack of Dentine gum, offering me a piece and said, "Have a piece, this actually puts enamel back on your teeth." I couldn't believe my ears, in fact they hurt again as I recall this statement. She doesn't look autistic. Co-worker over the summer told us with all seriousness if he had sex with a girl in the shower the water would wash everything out and she wouldn't get pregnant. We all just looked at him in bewilderment and he was shocked to hear the truth. Are Dwayne Johnson and The Rock related? My English teacher told the class that 9x2 equals 16, to be fair he is an English teacher and not a maths teacher. How can people believe in evolution when men have less ribs than women? This person told me he committed multiple crimes, identity theft, carjacking, selling drugs to kids who were like 12 etc. A real scumbag, after he told me he moved a few months later. So glad he's not here anymore. Friend of mine tried to tell me smoking is healthier than e-cigarettes, and my other friend trying to quit smoking with a Juul should go back to regular cigarettes. There's only one carpet in the store. There was a million carpets in the store. Mark. My computer won't turn on. Is it plugged in? Yes. Yeah, you also have to plug it into the outlet. To be fair, she was an old woman about to croak. You can't hydroplane going the speed limit. That Michigan has a population of about 1,000 people. Someone once asked me, and I quote, "When is 9/11 again?" I didn't know if they were joking or not, so I laughed. They were serious. Trump tells it like it is. The phoning someone's mobile to tell them they forgot their mobile is way more common than it should be. Climate change is something the left made up to make us all more miserable. Girl in college, I really want to be in the genetics program, I just don't like all the chemistry classes. She would up being a teacher. That they wanted to be with someone else because they were dumber and they could be the boss. A very successful friend once said to me, "I can teach you how to make $300 a day playing slot machines. You're pretty cute, you're smart, you're friendly." I live on the south coast of England, and my mate pointed out across the ocean that if you look close enough you can see France in the distance. It was Brownsea Island. I've been told that we can't trust science, so we should just wing it. Someone once told me the medication I take for my panic disorder and depression could easily be replaced with vitamins and shit like that. One time someone told me that the hot water wasn't hot in the shower because I had turned it on too far. My friend thought. One New Jersey was tropical and warm year-round. 2 hot dogs were made from stray dogs. 3 Tupac killed Bob Marley. 4 elephant ear from the fair were real elephants. 5 When John McCain died, she told everyone in government class that Joe Biden just died. Among many others. I voted for Trump because of his strong moral character. One of my friends texted me that his mom had taken his phone BC of grades and hid it in her room so he couldn't play Minecraft with me. I asked what he texted from. He said his phone. We are no longer friends. That was in 6th grade. The Jews attacked on 9/11. I couldn't fucking believe my own ears. I was furious for weeks. That the biggest number was 1,000. That a vegan diet cured her friend's son's autism. I used to know a Lebanese woman who was a translator. She asked a 16-year-old from Yemen which moves around the earth or the sun. He looked at her and said, "Wait, one of them moves." I work in a kindergarten, and today a kid told me America wasn't real and just a tale like Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny. Ignorance is a privilege. I started a new job at a restaurant as a cook a few months ago. There is a dishwasher/prep cook who was constantly trying to show me how to do things the way they did it there. One day he said, "I don't even eat vegetables, no mo. They be putting all sorts of chemicals in them, like those points to the red onions I'm chopping, they be putting that purple dye in those onions, shameful." I learned to take everything he said with a chunk of salt after that. I sat next to a girl in bio who got 40% on our first test. She seemed quite pleased and said that now she only needed to get 40% again to have an average of 80%. An ex told me that she loved hot food and chili so much that her mum used to put it in with milk to feed her as a baby. She was a pathological liar, but this was just a tipping point, it was so ridiculous. Chicken comes from pigs.